like about the really good batting, like the stuff that you put inside fishing.
Nice.
It's gonna be all breathable. It's 100% cotton on the inside.
Oh,
It's gonna be really nice. Yeah.
that's awesome. Alrighty, everybody, let's get going. Welcome back, everybody. Nice to see you guys. Whoa, we got this some crazy mirror thing going on. Okay, so yeah, I went ahead and passed out this information here. So what we have in front of us, I hope, is our field trip forms. I just explored this area in person and I scoped it out, talked to the people working there. Very nice, lovely people, and a really cool location with tons of interesting sculptures of dolphins, books, beautiful trees, interesting sculptures with reflective. This is the place right here. This is Cerritos Sculpture Garden. We can see pictures there. I know last week somebody was talking about drawing children or painting children. There's a whole sculpture with children playing in the park here with like musical instruments and stuff. Yeah, and some really cool bronze sculptures, even a dog. And let's see. Trying to pull up more images. I took some pictures and I did post them onto Pinterest. Yeah, I think my pictures are better. Of course. So you can see some of the sculptures. There's also really cool architecture there. And you can see in the picture tons of these, tons of benches here, like a ridiculous amount of benches, tons of like flat surfaces that you could just kind of set your paints off to the side next to you, hold your sketchbook while you're painting, and it should be cool with you painting outdoors. So that's the exterior of the library, but the sculpture garden itself, you see some of the pictures here. There's the children there. You can see lots of greenery. Taller trees. Again, there's more of this like big long waviness here. And these trees are really pretty right now. They're like shedding and they have a bunch of like orange. This is the main shot. So you can kind of see here tons of these beautiful shadows coming down from these trees. Yeah. So it's not big at all. Easy to walk, free parking. Yeah. So if we saw it on a map, there's the garden right there. And right over here, this is the library. So basically my plan is we'll go to the sculpture garden. That's going to be our main focus. If the weather is bad, too cold, rainy or something, we have, if it's going to be pouring that day, I'm just going to say we come to class. So, but if it's going to be too cold and you hate being outdoors, you're welcome to go into this library. I would just say no painting because we can't have open cups there. Their rule is if you can flip the cups upside down and water spills, that's not okay in the library. But I think a workaround might be watercolor and a water brush. Because water brushes you can't spill. When I say water brush, I mean this one I filled up with ink, but this is a water brush right here. Imagine this being clear. You fill this up with water, and then you can squeeze it and water will come out. A little spritzer also contains water. I'd say watercolors or dried gouache will probably be the safest bet to not get anyone complaining, but you're welcome to just sketch indoors. A lot of cool architecture in there. Took a lot of pictures. Let me see. Oh, here's another sculpture. I really like this one. I would have painted this one. Just because it's cool how the light shines through. You can see the shadow, the shapes of the shadow in there. Really cool. Yeah. So when you're painting these crazy scenes where it's a whole busy painting, not really focusing on the painting right now. All I'm focusing on is how the light shines onto the surface and how it makes things glow. So, yeah. So, yeah, let's go ahead and sign up. Just a raise of hands. Who's interested in this location? Okay. Okay. Okay.
What
Okay.
day is it gonna
Okay.
be? What day?
Okay. Yeah, you guys.
I have doctor appointment.
Oh no. Okay.
December 10, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Doctors.
Okay. Both. Okay. Well, I really want to hear about what you guys your worries are. I mean, what's to be afraid of? We're just going outdoors to draw and paint. If you can talk to me after class or sometime, I'd love to hear your perspective on this. I don't want to. I'd love to hear what you guys think of this. I need feedback so I can make the class better. So, yeah. All right.
The norm works for me, Bryce.
Huh?
It's a change of the norm works for me.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then you never know what to expect, what to find.
Right.
Right?
I mean, that's the thing with plein air painting is that it's always different. The weather's going to be different. The location's going to be different. The lighting will be different. Even if you go to the same place every week, you'll see differences.
It's outside.
Yes. Yeah. So, and there's so much. There's things that happen when you're outside. You're not looking at a still picture. There's birds that fly by that you're like, what is that bird? Or you see somebody wearing a funny costume for some reason. It happens. It's so cool to paint outdoors. So, but yeah, it can be overwhelming too because there's so much to look at. It's the opposite of looking online where there's something very small and specific to look at, whereas you're telling your own story when you're painting outdoors. And stories are what move people, I think. All right, well, let's go ahead, get out some pens. I'm going to give you the information for where exactly we're going, so we can kind of fill this in together. All right, let's do this. Cool. All right, so here is all the information right here. So I'll go ahead and write it a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. So of course you're gonna write down your name and everything. I'm just gonna skip to the part where. Okay, so destination description of activity. I'm just gonna put Cerritos Sculpture Garden. Yep. Departure date, that's gonna be, oh, this is wrong. I need to change that. Okay. Missed the date of the event. Okay. So Jillian online, she's asking what the date of the event is. That's It's going to be on the 10th. I'm going to double check the calendar. Yeah, it's the 10th. So it's going to say departure date. That's going to be 12, 10, 25. And we'll just do it for the time of the class. So that's going to be 1 p.m. until 4:50. You can meet up with your grandchildren later on, and you could check out the life-size dinosaur that they have in the children's book section. It's a really cool children's library there. Unfairly cool. Adults just get a sculpture garden, but whatever. I wish that we had a dinosaur, but I guess not. Cerritos, what are you doing? They also have a giant aquarium, which you can see. They have like these giant, like 12-foot, 14 feet tall books too, like leaning over. Let me see. Cerritos. See, they have these giant books. This is like the first thing you see when you go inside. Let me just stream this. So even if you don't go with the class, you should definitely check it out. You can walk in for a quick second, but their whole thing is like make sure you have a kid with you if you're going to hang out. So I wouldn't suggest staying there and sketching. Maybe taking a picture and sketching somewhere else. You're welcome to do that. Take some like close pictures and stuff, or even paint it. And you can also see they have that giant aquarium, really massive actually, and some little palm trees on the inside. Now, if you look above here, they have some seating areas up here, so that you can look down and draw it from a different angle. So there's some crazy perspective and angles to this building. It's really wild. Hello. Oh, here we have some field trip forms. If you wanted to do that again. All right. So it'll be here when you're. Okay. And of course, outside, you have this really crazy, shiny building that has some really cool angles and shapes to it, looking like the Sydney Opera House. Like it's pretty iconic. It's pretty cool. So if you're looking for cool architecture, you're welcome to skip out on the sculpture garden. Check out the outside of this building. Very paintable, very cool. Lots of good angles. Lots of cool buildings in this little area. So this is an exciting place. It's a lot of cool spots. Yeah, those library books, so cool. I just wish that they had some chairs out there, but they don't. They just have some. It's a pretty busy walkway, so I wouldn't camp out over there. And I also wouldn't be bringing chairs. I would rely on benches, lots and lots of benches. Benches for days. Benches for days. Okay, we got some question here from Jillian. Please email the link of the form. Yeah, okay. I'll email you the form. Yeah. I'm going to write myself a note. Okay. All right, so where were we? So all we're gonna have to do, write down Cerritos Sculpture Garden, departure date 12/10/25, 1 p.m. To the same day, 12/10/25 at 4:50. Sponsor in charge, that's gonna be me, Bryce. You can put my last name, and I'm the teacher. And I don't think we need my number. I don't think so. And of course, for the transportation, we're gonna put down other, and we're gonna be driving ourselves. I can't drive you guys. And I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't need special needs. And of course, you're the student. You don't need your parents' guardian name. I don't think. Yep, and everything else, just punch it in. I'll give you guys a few minutes to do that. Of course, don't forget to do this as well. So that's going to be 12/10/25. I, Bryce. And if you don't know your ID number, that's okay. As I would just, specifically put your last name as well if you forgot your ID number. And of course, your initials down the line, just pretty much saying you're going to be a good boy or a good girl. So, all right. And of course, sign it. We'll give you guys, how much do we need? Like 5 minutes? No? All done? All right, cool. I'm going to come around and I will take it. Right. Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right.
This is the pen, right?
Yes.
Nice.
Cool. So you'll know the spot.
Yeah.
You'll know what's good.
Yeah, but that's why I have something to do with my friend in the so I will make some late. Is really?
Like 1 hour? Late? Okay. Yeah, we'll be there for 2. Be there for 2 hours. So that's okay. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, all done? All right. Alright, looks good. Did you want to go? Did you? No? Alright. You can always sign it and change your mind later.
Okay.
Alright, sure. Do you want to sign it, change your mind later? Hang out. It's cool to see everybody painting and drawing on this.
You pronounce it gyro, right?
Yeah, I think at one time it was beer, and then they changed it, you know.
To the English pronunciation.
Yes, to the core. You wanna just go work down here? You're gonna be good, right? Can't do that.
We just X.
Yeah, access issues. I think I do initials.
You guys are selling this data?
No. Just have to with the school.
But I think if
But you can search up the schools and find out. I'd like to know too. I mean,
I was joking.
signing up for the class, you already give out a lot of the school. Okay. No worries. Sure. Yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice. The 10th.
Oh, okay.
12.
We were there last year. It was so nice. We were there last year.
Okay. Sure, that would be good. Yeah. I just need the numbers too, so that's okay. That's good.
Okay.
So just, yeah, 1 p.m. to 4:50. I love this guy. This is so cute. Was this a gift?
Okay.
So squishy stuff.
That's nice.
Oh, that's sweet. All right. You want me to come back?
Yeah, it's such a pretty area.
Sounds good.
And you guys.
Oh, I have.
You wanna go? No? Is there a reason it's just hard to get to, or?
I have appointment like that.
Wow. Dang, doctors are busy. On the 10th. Okay. Alright. You're working on that? Okay.
Oh, I gave you mine.
Hmm?
Yeah, I gave you mine.
Yeah, I think I got everybody's. Cool. Do you want to join the building or sign up? And
May check my
sign later? Yeah.
what day is that?
So it's gonna be a cerritos sculpture garden. There's also a library there, but the sculpture garden is where it's at.
Yeah, on the
On the 10th.
on the thing.
Okay. All right.
What time is it?
It's from 1 to 2:30 or 3:30. It's only in 2 hours. It's a shorter class.
I can able to do that by 7 o'clock. So after 7 in the morning, on the 9, I can able to do that.
So it's okay. Okay, I'll get you the papers. Okay. Cool. Oh, you got it? Good. You want to put your initials on those lines? It's not looking at you guys. Okay.
I expect to see Spider-Man.
My mother was never.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for signing up. And I know it's going to be a great time. Again, when we get much closer to the event, we'll double check with the weather, make sure it's going to be just cloudy, not too cold. And the weather is subject to change, so we'll see how things go. But I'm planning on it. It's going to be a fun location, fun spot. All right. Oh. I'd say crumple it up and throw it at me, but okay, there we go. All right, guys, let's get into it. We're gonna start painting today, and I wanted to kind of go over what we're learning today. So the last class we learned how to play around with chroma. Remember, where colors would dissipate and become gray and die down, right? Adding that gray into our colors. So I kind of wanted to show how you might use that some more with creating depth in your landscapes. So we're going to be playing around with a few ways of, let's see, I can get this in there. So this is from another book from Artist Master series. And the general idea that we see when we're looking at paintings that show a lot of depth is the idea that when things are much closer to us, they are much more vibrant. There's going to be a higher chroma. So you can see these colors all here will have the highest, most chroma. That's because they're right in your face. Whereas when things go farther and farther away, off in the distance, they will also be losing chroma. So just like last week, we created a painting that seemed pretty dull, right? It didn't have much life to it, except for that main character surfing on the surfboard. She was much brighter. Like if you can use that grayed down color in your painting, have it be further away, and then when you go closer and closer, you're having those much more vibrant colors, and that's a great way to show depth. So especially with reds and yellows, they will show up a lot more when they're right in front of you, whereas as you go farther away, less and less red and yellow will show up in your painting. So you can really see how artists use that, where they're having like really strong reds like in the foreground right here, especially toward the base of the painting. And as you go further up, those reds get weaker and weaker. Yeah. As well as color value will also change. So we all remember value, right? How light or how dark something is. Now, when you kind of split up, do I have it? Is there an example here? I don't think so. So when you have shadows that are right in front of you, they can be pitch black. They can be the strongest black in the world when they're right in front of you. But when you're looking at that same kind of shadow on the same kind of rock, on the same kind of color and surface, a mile away, you can see that this shadow here is going to be much lighter than this shadow over here. So when you're creating depth, like say these mountains, which might have shadows on them, which might be just as dark as this foreground here, the foreground and the background here, is going to be dyed down. So it's never going to get to that pure black. And there's even a picture that shows this. So this happens in nature. This is not even from a painting. This is from a photo. And you can see here, all the way in the back, actually, is this a painting? I think it's a painting, actually. Yeah, sheesh, it looks like a photo. Well, it's photoreal. I could find photos of this, but it's that same idea where you can see that background. This is the same mountain with the same trees on it. And look at the color of it. And look at this same mountain right here. It's going to have the same trees. It's just because it's far away changes colors. There's nothing to do with there's not different trees on that mountain. It's just the fact that it's further away. It's going to be muted, and the shadows aren't going to get as dark. So the combination of those two things, I think we want to kind of think about when we're doing our painting today. Yeah. And I'm gonna add one more thing, and that is gonna be the idea of depth of field. So this happens in photography as well as our own eyes, our own eyeballs, where if we focus on one thing, it's gonna be, you're gonna find those edges. This is what artists talk about when they're talking about your edges, is going to be sharp, and whereas those things that are farther and farther away will have more and more blurriness. Now, when you're painting, you're not a photographer, so you can't really capture the blurriness like photos can. So what you can do is you can blend your brush, you can blend your brush strokes. So you can see here, this is a great example. You can see here the sharpness. Let's see, can I focus? The sharpness in all these trees and all the texture that they're adding, either by tapping that brush with darker shades of black in there, with that green and blue and some yellow. Now, if you let that get wet and you were working on watercolors, those paints would bleed, and that would create a nice, good blurry effect. That way, when you're focused, you got to decide what you're focusing on in your painting always. What's important to you? Because you could say, "Oh, I like everything. I love the leaves, I love the rocks, and I love the waterfall." Well, the problem with that is that now when the person's looking at this, they're just looking at all the detail that you have in there. They're not really focusing on what's important. And what's important in this artist is the way that the light's shining on here, and maybe this was a nice little spot that he wanted to sit there. Or you can see here that's real sharp, all those lines, a lot of contrast with those colors being used. Whereas over here, things are blending in and kind of blurring out. So, and as well, you can see those colors kind of fading as well. It's not going to be as dark of a shadow farther away than up close. So it's kind of a combination of those things I want you guys to kind of focus on today. Yeah, so this happens when you're with your own eyes too. So it's as well as photography. Apps like phones will take pictures, and you can like have it happen on your phone. It's so cool to see like artists use this. You can see here, like maybe they had a photo with this one plant here with all this other information behind it, but the artist decided, I'm gonna kind of abstractify this. I can even blur my vision, squint your eyes. That's exactly what they're doing. That's why artists squint their eyes, is they're trying to find what that blurriness kind of looks like. You can kind of capture that, and then you can focus on what's really important in your image. And again, we're seeing that red, right? We're seeing that orange. That's not too much back here. They're fading that out. In fact, there is some red back there, but they faded it out. Look. They grayed it down. They made it lighter. They killed that chroma. Because what's important in this image? Yeah. Here you can see another thing. You see this in like miniature photography. Anyone seen that? Where they take the blurriness on the outside and in the background, and it looks like miniatures, and they film people. Let's see if I can find it. It'll be a quick little thing. Wait, no, not video camera. Sure, video blur. Okay, cool. It's called tilt shift.
That's correct. Tilt shift refers to.
Yes, thank you. Yeah. It's my phone being supportive. Thank you. Okay. Okay, tilt shift. Let's just go to YouTube. Hopefully I'll get tilt shift. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute it. So just want to mute it, please. How do I mute it? Okay. So this is the general effect where this is the area of focus here and everything else is blurring. So it looks like it's a miniature. It's a simple effect, and you can do this in your paintings too. Okay. See, it looks like little miniature people. So fun. It's so interesting. So yeah, same idea. And that's just a simple thing. Like you can still capture all those same colors and everything. It's just about that blurring ability. All right, cool. There it goes more into it, but I think that'll be enough for today. We got those three things. Think about chroma. Think about blur, and we're thinking about contrast and shadows and value. All right, let's check out our subjects. We got plenty of subjects today. Oops. Looking at Pinterest. I did pull up some fall theme stuff. Part of me was kind of wanting to do the cerritos sculpture garden. We could also do We like fall, right? We're feeling fall. I mean, next week is going to be Thanksgiving, so let's do this lovely painting. This is a picture, but yeah, I think this will work just fine. I'll show those online. So this is what we're going to be doing here. And this is, of course, on the Pinterest. Be painting and drawing it. And you can see here with the image, everything has so much detail. So we're really going to be testing ourselves, picking a spot that we really want to focus on, making sure it's sharp, and then maybe blurring other parts, or even embellishing, or you can move a lot of things around with nature. Like maybe this mountain back here, you want to make it bigger. Yeah, so it's a lot of detail in this picture, but it's about choosing the detail, because only a small amount of it you really need to focus on. Again, you can kind of see the sharpness of the shadows in the foreground, real dark. And then look at the shadows over here, real light. It's much lighter, especially around like the water line there, really dark. Way back there, same shadows, really light. All right, cool. I'm gonna send this to the live chat just for Julian. Okay. So I'm gonna, and I have my charger today, so my laptop will not die. Sorry about that last week. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, you guys. So I think by now we kind of know what we're doing, right? Kind of have some fun with, oh, this is the painting I did from the field trip. If you guys are curious. But if you guys are feeling good and bold and ready to go, feel free to get going on things. If not, you can watch while I paint. But yeah, this painting, let's see, it's been an hour. Should we take a quick break before we get to it, or we're ready to go? Yeah, we're ready to go. Okay, cool. All right, I'm feeling big brush today. Maybe some small brushes here. Okay. Big brush. And small brush. Okay. And again, you're welcome to use any of the images I provide on Pinterest, or anything that you have that maybe you took a photo recently and you're like, I want to do this instead. That's fine. We're just learning concepts today, and with those concepts, you can use that with anything. And with this image, we're not looking for a photocopy. We can go to FedEx for that. We're looking for something maybe more unique, something that you can tell a story with. Or something that you find pretty in the image, you know? Have that be the focus. Think about focus today. All right, I'll see you next week. Okey-dokey. So I'm feeling big painting. Yeah, sure. We'll do big painting. I think I'm gonna do a big painting today. I'm feeling big painting. Yes. Alrighty. Did I do watercolors last week? Or did I do gouache? Okay. But last week I did watercolor? Huh?
The lady on the wave, though, I think wasn't it gouache? I thought it was gouache. It could have been watercolor.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do gouache. Alrighty. And just to make it look nice, I'm gonna go ahead and give it a frame. Has anyone got any painting excursions in the last week? Or done any painting at home? Anything cool? Yeah. What did you do? Huh? A fountain. Nice, nice, nice. Cool.
I did that.
And ooh, oh, that's nice. I like that. Wow, that's wild. That is powerful. You are so unafraid of color. I love it. Fearless with expensive stuff too. That's awesome. Yeah, you have to get over a little mental hurdle for that.
Now I'm starting to get the fear of the expensive stuff in me now.
No,
I'm just using it too much.
no. Why are you like running out?
Yeah.
It's the white that runs out. White is pretty cheap. You can I found like you can buy like $7 for the whole bean. So I'm gonna do some sketching first just to kind of get an idea of the composition, like I always do. Also a good way to warm up. So do these little composition sketches. Now these are quick, easy, messy, and I'll try to match it to the shape. Oh, so this is super wide. So this is not quite right. I'm gonna make this a bit thinner. There's my little rectangle. And I'm just gonna kind of draw it in. Again, you wanna move around the scenes. Think about what do you want to be your focus. So I really like that rock over there. I think I'm probably gonna make it a little more dramatic and closer to me. Maybe I'm like wanting to sit down on that rock. So I might have that be a bit more of a focus. And then that. Think about that horizon there. All right. And
seems like it actually points dead center, is that correct?
If you're copying the image, it definitely can be. But you can change it around, you know. Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I want to put the mountain over here and make it a bit taller. I love being inventive with my paintings. It's not about getting all the details, it's about taking away all the details just to leave the few that you like. Maybe I like that dead tree. That'd be kind of cool over here. Squint your vision. Maybe I like that. And I'm gonna do one more. And a good thing to think about is do you want to focus on the sky and those big beautiful clouds, or do you want to focus on the ground? And you can see here in this photo, the photographer was definitely focusing on the reflection and on all that greenery because the sky is so small in his image. He kind of chose that for you, but maybe you like the clouds more. Okay, let's see how this goes. Yeah. So when I'm drawing, I kind of have to flip. I kind of start with the foreground, then the background. I don't know. You can kind of play around with both, see what works for you.
Is that the color pencil?
Yeah, I'm using a colored pencil. Yeah, I saw what's his name? Nathan Fox. He uses this, and so I started using it to do the underdrawing because orange looks good when you watercolor on top of it.
It's just the regular pencil, not the watercolor pencil, right?
No, just regular pencil. Yeah. So it's wax based, so the water will repel against it if you're using watercolors. Now I'm thinking. Kind of see now that I've done two, it's like I like the foreground here. I like the tree here. And I like the sky here. So now I can kind of mishmash. I like that, I like that, I like that. And I can just put it all into one. Very much Frankenstein it into existence. Did anyone see the new Frankenstein movie, by the way? Oh, it's so good.
The opening of the Egyptian for Netflix.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Netflix for them, so we got to go. We got invited.
Wow, so
She
cool.
is really good friends with the art director.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
Very exciting. It's an amazing movie, masterpiece for sure. I watched how it was made as well. Super cool.
I don't like scary things. There's some parts that I can't.
Yeah, yeah, like the wolves. I thought no, the part where he's cutting the bodies. I mean, everyone knows the story of Frankenstein, he cuts apart bodies to make a new man. It shows him doing it, and it was so visceral. I was like, I thought it was real. It looks so real, but it's not. It's just movie making. Super cool. Okay,
Well,
cool.
and they used film to.
Did they
film it,
really?
Not, like the new,
Yeah.
so it's really good. They went and stayed in old castles to get the feel and before they did the movie. They
Wow.
actually put the artists in castles.
What?
Yeah, I gotta go to the background.
Sign me up. Dang, that's awesome. Okay. All right, and then okay, I kind of like it going all the way around. Maybe I'll push it out a bit more. Okay, I'm gonna. And I like this and this and plenty of sky. All right, cool. I like that. Okay, cool. Cool. All right. So I like this one. Now I'm just gonna put this aside and draw it out. Here we go. Okay. Maybe I'll make this go up a little higher. There we go. Cool. So again, if you drew it really small, you can kind of throw in those thirds lines. Remember how we did that? Mute my phone. Of course. Cool. And I can also, since I have some tape here, I'm just going to draw on the tape, but there's a third, there's a third, there's a third, there's a third. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. You can use a ruler, but that's not any fun. Unless you like rulers, then go for it. You never know till you try, I guess. Now I know that the rock lives in this little square here. So you can see here, I know that this rock lives in that little square. And there's my little square. There's a line, boop, boop. There's my little square. That's
Which rock are you doing?
um
Are you referring
I
to?
have I'm inventing here. I'm having a little fun. So I'm just taking the elements that I have in front of me and I can move them around to wherever I want. So that's what I did with the little composition studies. I might draw one that looks like the photo. Maybe there's certain elements to the photo. This is about telling a story here. So in this photo, there's a really small dead tree right here. I thought that's kind of memento mori, maybe. And it's really hidden in all this pile of trees. So what can I do? I can make it bigger. I can make it closer to me. I can make it clearer while I make everything else kind of fade away. So trying to tell a story, you see a rock. It's not just a rock. A rock is a sitting place. A rock can be a weapon. Think about some symbolism. I seriously, like maybe there's I don't know. You hear crazy stories of what people do in nature or survive in nature. Nature can be a scary place as well as a beautiful place. So what story you want to tell with this will make it so much more engaging. I know it doesn't have to be just horrible. I mean, it could also be really nice or beautiful. But what makes it beautiful? There's a lot of things that are beautiful. So anyways, I like the rock because people like to sit on rocks. I like to skip rocks. And I like the dead tree, maybe a memento mori. Makes life more fleeting, more, I don't know. When I think about death, I think about living as well. Yeah. Because life wouldn't be so special if there was no death. That's just how I see it. Yeah, and then you got these reds and yellows and this green here, but you can say there's gonna be more red over here and less over here. It's about inventing. I like inventing things. I think there's a lot of fun and there's more pride. If you copy something photo real, you might. I mean, I'm more proud of my work where I mess around with it more, that I design it more. But that's just me. If you find that fulfillment through copying, go for it. So there's that big tree I like. Maybe a bit higher up here, and it kind of goes down a little past halfway into this thirds area. Maybe there's gonna be an extra layer of grass here.
We can't see your pencil at all.
Yeah. Well, you should be drawing it really lightly. It should be hard to see for others. I'm using this orange here, but if you're using pencil, draw it really lightly. But again, I'm just paying attention to my quadrants, right? If I split this up into thirds, I'm looking at what's happening in this third right here. And I got a little bit of grass in there and stuff. All right, so here we go. That grass in there. Now I'm not drawing all the grass. I'm just drawing the area for the grass. As you can see in the picture here, there's all this grass in there. There's all that detail. But when I'm drawing, all I'm doing is the outside. I'm just drawing the shapes that these things will be contained. Later on, I'll worry about all the little details. That's just how I'm going to be working today. All right, so drew that. Got a little bush here, so I can just draw a big old square of a bush. Or roundness. I'm gonna make this much bigger. There we go. Cool. And then the background trees over here. Maybe this tree should be over here. Okay. And I like this mountain up here. Maybe I'll go like this. It's too pointy. Okay. Cool. All right. All right. Another thing that you can do for depth here is making sure that you have overlapping shapes. So knowing that there's grass here, and that's covering part of the rock. So there's going to have another little rock over there. Maybe I'll have some rock over here. And maybe this. There we go. This can get kind of covered up. I don't know. I think it's okay. Oh, and then the clouds here. I like this tree being here. And maybe I'll get rid of some of these bushes that are kind of distracting me. Cool. All right, cool. So, see my little drawing there. Again, I'm just focused on these shapes of the trees. I'm going to worry about the shadows and everything coming up. Okay. And maybe I'll draw another line for just the grass area here. So that's going to be kind of the grass area. And then above that, it's going to be kind of the tree area. All righty. Okay. Cool. Now, I'm also going to be taking special note of where I want white to stay, because with watercolor and gouache, it's important to kind of take note of what you want to keep white. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of draw the shapes down of some of that pure white area where I might not want to touch. So it looks like in the picture, those clouds, of course, I can kind of draw in roughly where I want those clouds to be. Again, play around with those bigger shapes here. You can refine it and play around with those details around the shapes, like all those little tufts and stuff around the clouds. But right now I'm just kind of doing these big old blobs here. Clouds can be just about any shape, as long as you get those values right. Okay. Maybe there's gonna be some little holes in those clouds. I can kind of paint some blue in there. Some shadows over there, so. And little drop of cloud there, little drop of cloud there. Same in the water. You can see in the water, it's very light. There's gonna be some areas where you wanna kind of keep it light, as well as the rocks here, which are gonna have some highlights on them. So I'm gonna draw some shapes in there. This is a good moment if you have, yeah.
Glass.
Oh, right here.
Thank you.
Yeah, some of them are stuck together, so you can just take them both. That's fine. But again, think about what you want to focus, because if you're going to do all this crazy detail in the sky, that might take away from that rock that you really want to focus on. So just because it's there doesn't mean you have to paint it. All right, so I got some light. So there's some light on top of that rock, so I'm not going to touch that. Maybe some highlights in the grass here. Kind of drawing some shapes in there. And some light on top of that grass there. And I think that's good. Okay. Okay. Do I want to use watercolors? All right, I'm gonna use watercolors today. Or no, I used watercolors. I used my gouache like watercolors last week. That's what I did. Whatever. So I'm gonna use my gouache. I hate having these decisions. Too much. All right, so again, we want to start off with the warm colors, and I'm gonna do the sky here. So I'm gonna go use my brush. Now, have I used these long brushes in the class before? All right, so okay, so there's two parts to these brushes. There's the tip, and then there's the belly. So when you're trying to get a wide spread of paint, you want to use the belly because you have all that surface that you can kind of cover that that paint up. So yeah, so I'm gonna go get it all wet here. I'm gonna start with actually some warmth in the paper here. So I'm gonna get everything wet, and I'm not gonna jump into the blues because blues are very cool. We always want to start with warms. At least that's what I've been taught, and that's what I like to do. All right, cool. So I got everything nice and wet, maybe even too wet. Oh, poop. Forgot. Maybe it's just a little too wet. I move my head around, see how wet it is. Okay. All right, cool. Okay, let's wipe this down. So the colors I'm going to be using for this like kind of underpainting here, thinking like lemon yellow, maybe touches of orange. That lemon yellow is of course that cooler yellow, kind of closer to a highlighter than sunflower. Okay, and get some of that. Make sure that you get that color in there first. There we go. So I'm gonna get some of that brightness in there and where all those greens are that I kind of see. Just kind of bring some of the brightness into that grass, underpainting. So this is gonna be real vibrant. Especially up close things. And then I'm gonna get some this warmer yellow, maybe a bit of this hot red here. Make this bright orange. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do that up close here. And real scribbly. It's gonna be painted over. And I'm not really gonna do it too much in, I don't think. Kind of keep it up close. Again, like that depth. And also think about those reflections in the water there. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. And if you're using watercolors, don't do this. Again, if you're using watercolors, I would not do this, but I'm going to get some in the background over here. Some orange in the sky there. Just kind of around the corners. Okay. So next thing I'm going to do let me see something. It's loud. Yeah. Okay. No. All right. So I have that in there on accident. Okay, so I'm gonna go and get going on the sky here. I have some of this blue. All right, here we go. And if it's, I'm gonna start, gosh, I should have started at the top and then watered it. Start at the top. As I bring it on down, I can add more water to it. Kind of follow that bead around. So I'm kind of scanning. It's like I'm a printer. I'm going from the top all the way down to the bottom there. I can kind of draw in that cloud shape. If I had my brush be a bit drier, on a drier surface, you can kind of get that belly of the brush there. All right, here we go. So this is kind of, I always like to use kind of a mixture of that like turquoisey kind of color and a bit of that deep blue. I wouldn't use 100% of either one, but sometimes it works. Okay, pulling it down. There we go. And go. Cool. So I'm going to get a little bit of that burnt sienna and that ultramarine blue to make a nice gray. Here we go. See, that makes a nice gray there. I think I'll water it down a bit. And good to have some paper around in case you want to test that color out. That looks good. Real light gray. And I'm just going to kind of bring some of those light gray shapes into my cloud there. And here we go. I'm trying to keep the top part of that cloud darker. And maybe those folds of clouds, because there's different layers here. All right, that looks good. Maybe some shadows from the mountain there. Gosh, clouds have been ridiculous lately. So pretty. Let's see. There we go. Oh, and if anyone's running out of here, remember, no class next week.
Oh,
Yeah. I know. So much to talk about today. Yeah, no class. So just to make some of this area lighter, I can get it wet, kind of pull out from it. Using my brush, real dry. Get it wet at first and then kind of pull it out. There we go. All right. I'm going to move on to the little mountain back here, which we got two. So one's going to be lighter than the other. So I'll start with that. So using that ultramarine blue. And I have it in my little, yeah. And I'm going to try to fade it down a bit so I can use that white and that black, kind of gray it out. So that white's going to make it a little lighter, and then that black is going to bring it back down to where I want it to be. I can add that blue in until I get that chroma I'm looking for. I can mix it like that. So it's kind of like a shark gray. Maybe that's a good color for the mountain front, but let's get another one that's a bit lighter. I could add white. If you're using watercolors, you can use water. There it is, much lighter. So I'm gonna get that one in there. This looks good. All right, looks good. I can kind of push it out a bit. And I like to use a bit of brush motion in there, get a bit more texture there. So using the belly of the brush there, I kind of see that there, like all the pigments on the tip of the brush and the belly of the brush, there's nothing there. So kind of bring that all in there. And so now this is all wet down here, little amount of pigment. And that's going to kind of give you a kind of a foggy look here. So if you don't have that already, you could, again, with another brush or something, get it wet to kind of have a softer edge. So I'm going to go over here. And I'm going to use that darker color here. Yeah, I like that. And with that other brush, bit of water. See how I can soften that edge there. See it? It's kind of blurring there. So you can have that hard edge up there. We have that soft edge down there. I can kind of pull out some of that paint from underneath. So then maybe there's going to be a bit more fog or nice clean brush. Just let it soak up that paint from underneath. There you go. It looks like just because that this little area is lighter. Now you got some fog in between your mountains there. Yeah, my mountain's much bigger in this picture. Okay. Next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go take care of the water here. So that's kind of the way I like to do these things. Whenever I have a bit of water, before I get to all the greenery, I'll do the water, which I'm getting the same kind of colors I have here. I got that mountain there. Maybe I'll even get a bit of that mountain and get more of that sky turquoisey color, because that's what we're looking at here. And I'll get a bit of white. Watercolor artist, water it down. Test it out if you like. That's feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna go right there. Blur your vision. And I feel like that could be probably grayed down a bit. Kind of want to lose a bit of that vibrancy, so I'm adding some more white in there. Also lightening it up and looking at the picture for any little spots of light. Also think about where those reflections are going to be. And notice on the side of the water there, there's going to be some little shadows in there. I'm getting a little bit of red in those shadows, so sometimes you can kind of flavor some shadows, but okay. Here I'm kind of inventing some stuff. Okay. What do we do? Oh, sure, yeah. Yeah. Are you looking to? Yeah. Yeah, we work from sketchbooks mostly. So it's easy to carry around, don't have to haul a huge canvas. Oh, nice. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah. So So right now I'm doing a little demo. The next semester I'm gonna do a demo and then free paint, a demo, free paint day. I teach all sorts of cool things following artists.
I see watercolor.
Yes, so this is mostly gouache, which is like acrylic, but it's also like watercolor. It's the best. Every artist that I've met who goes to gouache, they don't usually go back. I mean, they do love oils, but I could teach anything. All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to some of these background trees back here. So I'm gonna kind of hide them behind some.
Thank you for letting me.
Of course, yeah. Hopefully we'll see you next semester. Yeah. All right. Of course. I'll see you then. Cool. Love to see it. Nope. I'm just friendly. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this whole area here wet. This is gonna be the background here. But first I think I'm gonna set up some colors, some browns, greens, and I also have some gray ready to go. I am gonna kind of kill some of these colors a bit. Some of this warm yellow here. And red. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna get this area wet here where I'm gonna have these trees in the background. So that way you should just bleed. And I don't really want any hard edges, so I want things to bleed when they're in the background. This is gonna create that depth of field that I was talking about earlier. By getting it wet, that's gonna be wet on wet right here. So you can use multiple. Alright, so that's all wet there. So I'm gonna go kind of squint my eyes a bit and kind of pick out some colors here that I like. And also kind of be sure to gray it down, or you can use those, if you know complementaries, you can get some of those colors to complement and think about how dark you want this to be. So I got some browns here, and let's get some greens in there. Oh yeah. Okay. Get some murky colors here. There. That's more like it. Now, this is going to be much darker than the mountains back here, so I do want to get it darker. I'm going to add a bit of black in there. More black. And blue. I always have blue for my shadows. There we go. Maybe not that blue. Oh, this should be okay. I can always fade it out again with some white. There we go. I feel like I'm having some brain farts today. Okay. There we go. Might get some warmth in there. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do like more of a yellow kind of underpainting. This me using this yellow ochre. And bits of red in there. Using this white to kind of fade it out in shadows.
Could you make that a little bit bigger, please?
Yeah. Now, the whole thing, I feel like the black is killing it. I don't know, I'm having a hard time. It's just, I don't like the black. But there's these deep shadows in the forest underneath the trees.
Trees. Tree.
Mhm. Oh gosh, the black. It's too overwhelming. I need to get rid of it. I kind of hate it. Kind of hate it. I don't know what I was thinking here. I was overthinking. That's my problem. Okay, let's just get some yellows in there and oranges. There we go. Okay, cool. So in here, this is just a mess. This is a abstract mess. That's fine. And I'm gonna kind of soak up as much of the material as I can. But over here, this is where it's getting a bit better. I find having this kind of underpainting of this like kind of flaming bright area of orange and yellow. And then I can kind of carve it in once in a while with some of these green trees. I'm gonna get some of that yellow stuff in here too. There we go. That looks better. Okay, cool. See, it can be a mess. It can be. I'm just gonna kind of highlight some of this stuff in there. There we go, this bright orange in there. Cool. And maybe a bit of white, just to kind of. All right. Okay. Quit panicking. All right. So once I have these bits of orange in there, now I can carve it in and kind of get some shapes of these bigger green trees behind it. Kind of build them up into the sky there. And carve some shapes out of these orangey trees. Now this is a lot of green and maybe even some reds in there. Like alizarin crimson and green together. Yep. That's going to give you that real deep green. So again, think about those shadows. I'm just going to start off with that kind of baseline green. Carve in. There we go. Add some of those shadows. And then I'm also going to be carving in underneath it. This is like a shadowy, the shadows of each of these trees. There we go. So you can get some of those dark greens underneath. Go. Get a green right there. And I'll just kind of finish it off here. White and yellow to add a bit of shine and light to some of these bushes. So right now it's just this big mushy pile of mushy. But now it's about kind of finding where that light might be hitting, where the shadows might be hitting, what shapes are those lights, what shapes are those shadows. Okay. That looks good. Okay. If you add some of that lemon yellow to your green, you can get some really vibrant greens. And I'm going to bring that into on top of these kind of shadowy shapes here, especially where the light's going to be hitting it. But I'm just going to save those like neon kind of bright colors for the things up close. Here we go. All right, cool. There we go. So that's that white, yellow, and green. All right, cool. And I have a lot of black shadows here. I'm gonna bring some blue into those shadows, like some turquoise blue. Because as things get further off in the distance, the shadows, the darkest parts will be affected. There we go. So I'm gonna add some blue to the shadows. Okay. Cool. What a mess. Oh well. They can't all be good ones. I am fighting on this one. I need to move on. Mhm. I don't know.
Can you make it a little closer in again?
Yes. Um, s- it's such a mess. You're not missing out on much. Okay. I think the shadow's too dark. Okay. All right. So I'm just kind of pulling out this area. I'm going to move on. So these trees up here, these will have more of a contrast of values and colors. So I have some bright colors already. I'm squinting my vision. So I'm planning on having a lot of shadows over here. So this is going to be like my shape of a shadow here, shape of a shadow here, and shadow here. Keep that light. Keep that light. Light. Shadow. So I'm going to go ahead, kind of mark my shadows in with, it's going to be a mixture of burnt sienna And I'm gonna use alizarin crimson. All right, so I'm just gonna kind of block in those darkest shapes here with that color. And this can be done with the watercolors as well. So I'm kind of drawing in like all those really, really dark shadows and maintaining those highlights that are in those shadows. Like this rock here, it's going to have a highlight on it. And I'm just going to kind of block that in there. So there's that rock with that highlight in there. And of course, if it's on the water, you're going to have that reflection there. So maybe after a little bush or something, I'm going to color that in. There we go. Again, this is burnt sienna and red. The underpainting. Just block in that big shadowy area. Bless you. Of course. There's a shadow here. Skinnier shadow. So there's always going to be a shadow by water because it's like that's where that grass line is usually. So I'm kind of looking at this thickness of grass in this painting here. So you can see that this is much thicker here. This is much thinner over here. But that black line changes as you go across that lake there or that river. So this is just going to be kind of blocking in the shadows. This little grass line here, also half of it's going to be in shadow. Yes. Looking at these trees back here. They got some shadows. And I'm going to maintain these trees because they don't have so many shadows. They're going to have a good amount of light hitting them. Shadow over here, though. Not there. And I'm just going to do this whole tree here. Okay, cool. Of course, I got my main tree here. I'm going to do that as well. And I'm a sucker for getting stylized and artistic and just letting things float. Things don't have to be grounded in reality. I always like to say that trees are like clouds but they're even crazier than clouds because they look so weightless, the way that they hover and how big they sway and move. But they're heavy as heck. Okay. So when I'm painting trees, usually I let the twigs and branches hover and float just as I do with the bushes of leaves in the tree. And however you want to show that, you can. All right. Cool. I want to bring in some deeper yellows into some of these trees before I get into the green. Like this tree over here. Kind of start shaping these trees in. Here we go. Nice. Now I'll try to avoid some of these light areas here. Keep them light. There we go. But around those shadows, especially the grass here, I'm going to kind of get that middle yellow in there. Good, it's kind of blending in there. All right, it's coming together. It's coming together. Trust the process. Okay. Cool. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get some of these shadowy shapes in here, working from the back forward. So I'm looking at the picture here, and there's some really deep shadows underneath these red oak trees or whatever these are. Right, let's see. All right, so I can get a bit of black and red, or I don't know. Let's use. I love that blue and burnt sienna. I'm just gonna avoid blacks. So there's that. I think if we just add blue though, there we go. Since this is way in front of us, I can finally get to those really dark shadows here. And I'm just gonna kind of draw down the shapes of the shadows. So I can kind of draw that down. So there's see some triangles in there, some like kind of upside down arches. There's holes in there. A lot of like crescents and things like that. And if there's gonna be another tree over here, so you can kind of carve in some of these kind of triangles and stuff like that. Then I can get the next color in there. Which I'm going to bring in red with this color. There we go. It's going to be really dark still. I'm going to use that belly of the brush real dry. This is a thing that gouache can only do. Yeah, well. I'm just going to push that shadow in, try and get that same kind of value. And where this edge is, this is going to be like a new line of trees over here. So maybe I'll kind of get some where that line of light hits the shadows. All right, so I'm gonna get some green in there. That's looking good. All right, I'll see you next week. Or not next week. No class next week. Thanksgiving.
FaceTime.
Okay. See you later. All right. So I'm just gonna start bringing in some of this color here. So I got some greens in this grass, but I'm maintaining some of those yellows that I have already in there. Looking out for shadows. Maybe I'll add some shadows in there. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. I think in about 10 minutes I'm going to take a quick break, but okay. So I'm going to get some of this blue, green going. Get it going in the bushes over here, right on top of that red. So that red is just marking where the shadows will be. I can get some of that lemon yellow, get it right on top there. And just make sure that that edge between the shadow and the light, that's where all that information is going to go. Of what is this texture of this tree? But right now I'm just kind of focusing on like the shadows underneath the trees, not the highlights. I mean, I have a bit of the highlights, but it's more of like the shadow of the highlights. This rock here, that's going to be a lot of white and blue. There we go. And get some of that deepest dark black right here. So here I'm using much brighter pigments, very bold. Not much black, not much white. Alrighty.
Gee,
Mm-hmm. Alright. I need to take a step away. Alright. If you guys need to take a break, I'm gonna take a break. Be back at 3:45. I might take a peek at your guys' stuff if you're cleaning up. But I need to take a step back. I think it's alright. So far, so good. Stare at it for too long and start torturing me. I like to play with composition though. We're having some fun here. That's good. I said I'd take a break. Here I am. This is nice. Yeah. That's what we're painting? Or from your head? I love the shadow of the land and the light of the sky. The church and a road. Wow. Super cool.
This is not mine.
I like it.
It's not my forte. I thought it just keep working. Oh, yeah, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I just put water on the
I think that's what that's definitely
And I'm
sometimes I get a little like
still struggling with the clouds. That's something
Want me to show you mine? I'd be happy there. Mine is really good.
I'm always so soft with clouds. I feel like the blue sky could probably be deeper. And I messed up on the background. They shouldn't have ever used any black.
Yes. The grass too.
Like the wet on wet. Looks good.
Sketch of this.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I mean that.
Sometimes something comes up like that.
Was this here?
good.
So you're really playing around with the.
So did I have another picture? The thing is, I did the process. This is just the, I did the warm up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I think I messed up. I know I messed up. And then everyone else did
Yeah.
It's difficult. I'm making it so difficult.
Yes, good. Oh, you actually good. How do you do it?
Oh, you did. I don't. Was 12. Yeah. 11, 12.
Yes. Good day. What the color? In class, just exercise, so exercise.
And then it's some of the code because of the.
Yeah, I know how to paint the ground right now, how to blend, really have to blend, blending.
You
No, not
blended it
blending,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Okay.
Yeah, not blending. I know how to do watercolor now. After a while.
Yeah, this is
After a
what
while. Yeah, after a while now, I like it. Somewhat it's really. Yeah.
Okay. It's, I got a question. It looks like that. Yes, it's correct. It's too much color.
Yeah, because it is very too much.
Yeah. It's like,
But it is just.
it's chunky.
Yeah.
You know. It just
Yeah, just do it like that.
I just did this for myself. I started off well.
Yeah, I did the color of the sky and the trees. No, not the color. Not a lot of layers. If you do a lot of layers.
I have to.
See, mine hasn't finished yet. I have watched it from two.
Nice.
I think I always have a hard time when to put down next color, so I have those fried eggs.
You said fried eggs?
Yeah, right? They have the the fried egg, you know, the eggs.
Oh,
water.
that, yeah. Mm.
Anyway, I'll wait until it's totally completely dry and add
This
the final
is
touch.
nice. This is really nice. What I should have done with this piece that I wish I did was I should have, when we very first started this background over here,
Uh-huh.
fade it out, like really fade it out, because this is too dark. I mean, it's okay that it's a little dark because it makes this brighter, but it's like I wanted it to be like just faded where there's no detail whatsoever. You can see how it's just like just blended everything together. I just want to do it more and more and more. Like I want to paint it one more time, but blast it with more of this beautiful orange and yellow, and let it be faded out with water.
Can you
And
do
then
that?
over here, I
Can you
can.
do that? Can you just use a clean wash kind of?
Yeah, I mean, this is what I did here. Is like I got it wet over and over again. I kept
Oh.
on pulling at it and letting that just like blend to the point where it looks like fog. That's kind of what I did with the mountains here too. But yeah, like over here, I don't know. My brain hurts. I think I want to do another painting. I just want to like be like done with it and just like do something different. We have more pictures to go from. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll push the blues in the sky.
Or squash.
Huh?
Squash, you can say that.
Yeah. No, I know. I think if I add some like cool bright colors right on top of this when it dries, I can get some of these really nice leaves and stuff right on top.
Oh.
Same with like over here, I could get some of these like nice yellow leaves. I can get some over here, nice bright colored greens.
I have trouble blend the very dark green. Very dark. How do you do that? You
Well,
just add black?
there comes to a certain point where you're gonna have to add black, or you're gonna have to add red.
Red.
Right? Yeah.
But
So
I think
or
I add
magenta. The closest thing to magenta.
I add the red. It's not dark enough.
Let me see.
But also, there's another question. If you get the brush hair, how do you get rid of it? I have a hard time. When I try to get rid of it, and then I ruin the painting.
Oh.
You know
Once
what
it
I'm saying?
dries, it comes off.
Oh, so you don't have to do anything. Just wait until it
Yeah,
dries.
like I just flicked it off right
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah, so you have the black there,
Yeah.
but I think it's just gonna be multiple layers. I mean, how many layers of paint did you do on the black? I'd say just let it dry and do another layer.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the last part, I just add the paint spray.
Yeah.
It looks like watercolor now, huh?
I don't know.
So
what
I
it is.
think-
It just looks good.
I think the best thing we can
Look
do
at this.
for our paintings is in the foreground and in the part of your painting that is the closest, you're gonna want to go over it one more time
Oh, yeah.
to bring out those colors, make it more vibrant, more luminescent. Because in the background, then the colors will be less luminescent. It's just one layer.
This part I need to fix. This very nice. This part.
I love this tree. It's really pretty. Oh, look at this.
Oh, this is from
That's
the park. Yeah.
I like that tree.
Yeah. I know. Thank
You like
you.
it too?
I like it too. It came out good. And look, you see, I did all the glass.
Oh, you did.
It's so small. I wish that was the focal point.
Look at that.
Thank you. Thank you. I spent a lot of time on it. Maybe too much
Yeah.
time.
You wanna see mine?
No, my terrible, but mine's really, I'm just not getting it at all.
I think we just need a break. Step away, step away.
It's not, you don't necessarily have to pick everything like wood. You just make your own. So I like the colors.
Yeah.
But if you see mine,
Be nice, be nice. All right.
Oh, that's beautiful, yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, I was there.
Okay, cool. Now I'm laying up my paint real thick. I'm just gonna throw down. Ah, jeez. Is it the paint? All right, cool. Got it. And then, do you have the other one too? All right. Nice. There it is. Cool. In the location in the vent. So it says destination. You can put Cerritos sculpture garden.
Is that the where the police station is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a small garden there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's nice though. There's a lot of seating.
it's in the library, you know, on the side of the library.
Yeah, the library has some great sculptures too. Yeah.
So it's on the 19th of what time is it?
Same as the class start time, 1 p.m.
1 p.m. until
Yeah, it's gonna be on the 10th. Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Then I find her stuff, I got a whole bunch of her stuff up in the hallway, and I'll go by and I'm like. Mine's all in my art, I could work on it.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go.
People look at all my work. As they say, it goes through your.
It's hard.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what you got. Hey, it doesn't have to be hard. I just taught it hard. Okay. Yeah. It's about how do you make it simple? That's the tricky part. Good brain workout.
Yeah, I know.
It is a brain twister. All right, cool.
Wait and see.
Okay.
But we're enjoying the work, and that's, I think, is the more important part right now, right? You guys. No, you just gotta.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm cooking. Now I'm cooking.
Excuse me, I didn't do the registration for this semester. Is it automatic renewal or?
Oh, are you? Did you get the email today?
No.
No. Okay.
The email? Yes, I do. I do.
Okay. Okay. So you're signed up in the class right now. It's just for next semester. I'll be bringing in I think I can get everyone signed up next class.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'll have
So
I'll
as
have
long
enough
as
for
I
everybody.
receive the email, that means I'm in the class.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Sure. All right. Hey guys, you want a bonus painting? Yeah? Bonus painting?
We're going to be.
Okay. We're gonna do a turkey.
No.
No, it's easy. It's easy. Trust me. It's one of my sip and paints.
Okay.
So it's fun. Step by step. Yeah. So you can make it as big as you want. We're gonna do a bonus painting today because this is a bit of a failure. I don't know. Yeah, right now. I think we could get it done. What do you guys think? Or we can just focus on this one. I think. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I'll show you what my turkey is. Okay, here we go. So this is my turkey.
That's too darn cute.
So very simple. We'll be done in a second. You guys got the paint out already, I hope. But yeah, that is gouache friendly. Watercolors. Gotta kind of avoid the. Well, we'll avoid the white parts. So, all right, cool. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it pretty small, but you're welcome to do it big. Very simple colors here. Let's do it. We're going quick, and we can call it a day. All right. Well, I'm gonna do a turkey right here. So, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get some lemon yellow, and we're gonna do a little rainbow, a little to the left in the middle of the paper, a little to the left, a little bit up. You guys ready? I mean, I'm sorry if I'm flying. All right, cool. So we're gonna get that. lemon yellow right there. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead, bring that down a bit with some water. And it's going to be like a rainbow in a way. And then the next color we're going to be doing in the middle here is going to be some red. Right, this is a very hot orange. There we go. And I'm just going to go ahead and extend that out, adding more yellow as I get out. More yellow. There we go. And there we go.
So rainbow is pale.
Yes. So I can go from the yellow here, get it wet, blend it down, blend it down, blend it down. Okay, I'm going to move the camera down. You don't need all that space. We're going to do this. Okay. Please. Sorry, everyone's getting sick. Okay. Here we Let's do this. All right. Cool. So we got a little rainbow there. Next thing we're going to do, let's go just draw out the rest. Or, yeah, forget about it. Okay, so I'm going to go get some black here. And to do this turkey body, it's going to be like a hill leaning to the left, right in the middle. There's like a little hill leaning to the left. And then give it some curves, lay it down flat, curve and flat. And I'm going to go ahead and extend this out to be all black here. All right, cool. All right, there's our turkey. Then I'm going to get some straight white gouache. And going underneath here, I'm going to have this go out and around, kind of like a pizza. Just adding that white. It's going to turn a little gray. That's okay. We want it to be gray anyways. I'm going to get some more white and do a pizza on top of that. There we go. It's okay if it's messy. You guys see that okay? Yeah, watercolor. Yeah, you need that white gouache. As long as you have that white gouache, I think you should be okay. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. And then we're gonna go ahead and do the turkey head, which I'm gonna use this turquoise color. Turquoise. And it's basically gonna be like a backwards number 9. And so yeah, it's like backwards number 9. And you can kind of color that in with a bit of water or white. There we go. You can make it bigger to make it more cartoony. Soak up that water to make it lighter. So you can kind of soak it up there.
See, happy Thanksgiving.
All right. All right. How you guys doing? Who's joining me? I just want to kind of keep an eye on. Okay. You guys ready for the next step? We're flying through it? Awesome. I knew this was going to be fast. All right, so next step we're going to do the gobbler. So there's like the top part of the gobbler, which is I'm going to use some red here. And just draw it outward. And I can fill that in with water, kind of pushing that color. Yikes. That color. Oh my God. What a mess. I am. Get some of that water. Bring that color towards the center there. And also, it's kind of like a teardrop shape going down to the neck, going down to the base. And I'm also going to add a extra little teardrop here. And also with that same color, I'm going to make some legs, which are just going to be kind of these thin little lines. There we go. All right. Now, to do the grass here, now this is actually helpful for you guys doing grass in general. I'm going to go ahead and get some water here and some lemon yellow. And I'm going to use a bit of water here. And I'm going to avoid that. All right. Thank you. You too. All right. See you. All right. So I'm going to get some more of that lemon yellow and plenty of water. And I'm just going to kind of do this kind of ovally area here, which is going to kind of be painted out here in like these kind of grass lines. You guys see it okay? Yeah, sure. This is going to be really light. It should be really light. So, there we go. All right, so there's some lemon yellow. And where the turkey is standing, give it some shadow. So I'm going to go for ultramarine blue in there. That's that deep shadowy blue that we all love so much. And that's going to be right underneath the turkey there. Ooh, there's a lot of water in there. And I'm just going to brush right in the center there. Oh, this is still wet, so I'm going to kind of focus my brush lines down. Cool. And I'll get some regular old green to kind of go along the outside there. Oop, come on. There we go. Some more of that yellow if I need it. And maybe some extra little sprigs so I can kind of add some flowers on top of when it's dry. All right, so now while I wait for this to dry, I'm gonna get some white paint here. And I'm just gonna add some extra patterns going around from the neck towards the wings. Add some extra white lines in the wings. I'm gonna do white lines for the top wing and some black lines for the bottom wing. All right, see you guys later. All right, here we go. So you can do dashes like I did in the original. But if you wanted to do big long lines, you can do that too. All right, see you guys next week. Oh no, not next week. Oh my god. I'm gonna show up next week and no one else is gonna be here. Okay. So we got black lines here. All right, some black lines on the lower feathers. So there's a bit of a difference there.
This is adorable. Gotta do more of this.
Yeah, I know. I have one that's like a mountain goat too. Yeah, I just did like a snowman one. I don't know. All right, so for the eyeball, I'm just gonna do big solid black circle here. Oh, it's looking angry for some reason. Okay, there it goes. Black circle for the eye and a little beak. I'm just gonna do black. That might not be 100% correct, but I'm gonna add some extra little rumples on the neck. I'm gonna add little arches in those feathers. So following one of those colors, if you have orange or red or however you did it, I'm just doing these short little arches like that. Maybe I'll do a whole bunch of little ones closer to the back there, real close to each other. And maybe I'll do another final pair back here. You know, I feel like this would be a good way to start the day. Maybe next week we'll start the day with like a fun sip and paint sort of thing, and then we'll get into the nitty gritty. All right, looks good, and we could add whatever kind of patterns we want to those back feathers there. I think they also have white in their feathers, but oh, this reminds me. Finish it off with some white reflections in those eyes, because anything that's shiny has some really solid reflections. So there's a little dot, boop, adds so much life to it. Maybe a little shine in the beak, maybe a little shine in his little, oh boy, that's bleeding. There we go. Cool. Now you got a little turkey. I needed that. So sometimes if you are in a tough spot, paint something easy. And then you're like, yeah, I can't paint. Shut up, inner voice. All right, cool. Ooh, what the? Oh, that's crystals.
This has gotta be popular at the dance, right, the turkey.
No, we haven't done this at the Paint and Sip. It's just for me. It should be. I did it way too late. I did this just this last week. So, all right. Cool. All right. See you later. Oh yeah, and then the flowers. Almost forgot. Flowers, you just do little dots of red, magenta, purple, whatever you want.
It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Sure.
Enjoy your holiday.
Okay, you guys too. Be sure to give this gift of a turkey to someone. Or... I like this turkey. Two markers? That's fun. All right, cool. I love it.
Everything I made was color.
Ooh, yes, you did. You're good at that. I love these things.
Yeah, see what the picture is.
Yeah, I know. Okay, with mine.
Very green. I've been doing, trees and trees.
I'll see you guys next week.
This one, in the summer, it's yellow. I look at it close up and I hear it, and then I look at it from a distance.
It's nice.
You enjoy your one for like a week. Oh, should be fun. And you can use different constructive criticism on that. And it's literally pretty about flower. The other tree as well. That is beautiful. Yeah, I'm being inspired by trees. Mine always come out a little too boring.
Yeah.
I don't thank you.
To paint or to look
I know,
at?
it looks nice with the sun. In the dark, it's involved. It's
Yeah.
better.
This is crazy.
Look at that.
This is cool. I like the way you paint it.
Anytime after Thanksgiving, be safe and see 2 weeks. Bye.
Yeah, I would just say watch for proportion in trees.
Okay.
So pay attention to.
Hi, thank you. Thank you.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving.
I don't know.
Take care.
I've never seen a tree that looks so thick with so little bushes.
Oh, yeah.
That's my only.
No, but that's, okay, so I need to know what I, tell me that I can pay attention.
Yeah. So I mean, trees have all different kinds of proportions, but I don't know what you were looking at. Maybe it did have those kind of proportions. Yeah. But it's it's as simple as measuring how many
Okay.
stumps is the big bushy part.
Okay.
You can see in the background of your picture there. Yeah, you had like a tree in the background. Or whatever. Yeah. So you can see, yeah. So you can kind of measure this out. There's stuff or whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4. About 4 parts bush per 1 part like stump or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas this is 1 part stump and 2 parts bush. So it should be 4 times this or
Okay.
twice as big.
So that's the proportion that you can watch out for.
Yeah. And once you start paying attention to that, I think tree would look a lot more. Yeah.
Okay. All right, good to
But
know.
like I love framing, I love those trees, one on the right, it's really good. Are you using salt a lot?
No, there's no salt.
Cool texture. You should use salt. What about this? Is it just dabbing?
This is, yeah, it's just, there was no salt or and stuff, it was just watery.
Oh,
And I just dried my bread.
it looks so good.
And then that one,
Yeah. Yeah. That's nice.
I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, so make that one really darker.
Yeah, just because like you have this like brightness and shadow here, and this is all like really good.
Okay.
But then like I feel like if you look at the values here, and this kind of blends them together.
So it needs to just make that part a little darker.
And you can see here there's like a deep shadow there. I'm so nitpicky.
No,
Just
okay,
need to
I
do a little
I
thing.
need to know. And I'm trying to do stuff where it's not the realistic form of it. I'm having the hardest time because I look at that so closely that I'm trying to. I feel like I'm trying to glass, really, and it's hard for me to move away from it.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you're like actively doing,
Yeah, I
you're
tried.
blocking it in.
Yeah, I tried this
So-
on the page, 24 different steps and then just make it clear the video.
Yeah, that's fine.
So much going on. But you can see, I feel like you want to tell a story, like you want to tell a story of the grass on the ground, or you want to tell a story of this.
Okay,
I feel like it's competing too much.
okay.
What do you want? What do you want the viewer to And then, yeah, play around with those depth idea. I think. There's wisdom in the book, I don't feel like I showed it. I don't feel like I showed it today. But whatever.
I get it. The name of the book?
Yeah, check it out. I'll put it on the video too.
That way.
Still
Take a picture of it and that way.
Now I'm liking it.
Yeah, I walked up to them, why did you give up on it?
I don't know. I was being so hard on myself. So this is perspective in depth. This is part of like a series. So there's the other one that was color. I mean, these things are so pricey. You could probably, but the examples in there are really awesome.
My money is being spent, it's worthwhile if it's something that's
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
I do enjoy it.
So this is cool. See, I should
Maybe I should try abstract.
because I feel like I mean, you know, there's a line. You know, some might say that this is abstract. But I don't know, like this here. I feel like I should have added more blue to it because it's getting more back there, and then, like blue and white. You know, even underpainted. I should have just done an underpainting of blue. Maybe.
Where I'm looking at it, it looks good to me, so.
Yeah, I know.
So I'd like to do something like that rather than be so nitpicky as to making it look like.
True to the picture.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I have the hardest time.
Yeah.
That
I mean, I think what you're doing, just doing studies and stuff like that. Like even composition studies, looking at like how other people compose their images. Can really help you in composing your own image, whether that's subconscious or if you're actively looking at another composition and being like, I love this shot of this movie where this guy's drifting on the bike. And you're like, how can I copy that and put it into nature? So it's kind of it's like it's the same thing that we're doing in this class where it's like we're taking these ideas in the book and then try it out with some random subject. It doesn't even matter what subject it is. It's just the idea, and then have it inspire or push your work.
I'll try.
Yeah, this is what I'm doing. So, but at the same time, it's like have fun and see what you naturally do, and I see what you're doing. It is that. So I think you're on the right track. Don't second guess yourself. Yeah.
I'll continue. I learn. Thank you.
Sure. Yes.
I appreciate your insight. It helps me think it through better.
Yeah. Even if I'm wrong, maybe it'll bring up something that's right. But I don't know.
You're the teacher. You went to school for it.
It's true, and I'm still learning so much. He's a cute turkey. I'm so used to using my expensive paint. This is kind of painful to use now. Oh, well, it's just professional grade, I guess.
That's the gouache, right?
Yeah. You okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is just I'm just using Hemi kind of level like student grade stuff. It's not as opaque.
Senor, I think I'm gonna go to the store and get me a big paint.
You haven't went to the store yet?
Well, I can't because my daughter has a paper.
Oh, okay, so she has to.
So she went about the road here, not for a while.
Yeah,
Like,
but you're gonna be overwhelmed with too many stuff, yeah, it takes time. But people there are very helpful,
are they,
yeah.
is there a big store here?
Westminster, I think this is a golden West, that's the nuts, and this is Westminster. And then I think the store is
Right down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What time does it close? Do you know? The art supply warehouse, right?
Yeah.
What time does it close?
No idea.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock?
Because I have to go and buy all of the new paper and new paint
Oh,
and paintbrushes and things. And because I have this old little 7, and I'm just wondering where I can go.
oh yeah.
Just
Art
kind of-
Supply Warehouse is a great place.
Which one?
Art Supply, yeah, where she said.
Okay.
Yeah.
Art warehouse.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Get you some solid stuff. I mean,
I just have
If-
this little thing, you know.
uh-huh, yeah.
And they know lots of. I made good combination of grits this time.
Nice.
It didn't work too well on the graver.
Oh
That's
no.
how do you get your brush clean when you want to get rid of some other things? Do you just stick in water? Or what do you do?
Well, with watercolor, it should wash out very quickly, very
Mhm.
easily.
Okay.
So,
Because I end up having big,
So I haven't had much of
big,
uh-huh.
I have big, sorry,
You're good.
because the food won't go.
I end up having big color
Uh-huh.
on my paper,
She lives close to.
and then it's
She's been on vacation.
hard to get off.
Mm.
And I'm wondering just how you do it, but I see if it washes off. But you have to be patient.
Yeah, so where to wash off the paint?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
if
With
you-
with watercolors, you can kind of reactivate it a little bit. There's a line, there's like a fine line. Let me see. So I can kind of get it wet here to kind of activate it,
Mhm.
and then I can get my brush nice and dry, and I can wipe that off. Of course. Thank you. All right, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. And you can kind of see even with a wet paper towel, you can kind of wipe away
Yeah.
certain things. So I kind of was doing that with some of these trees back there.
Yeah, I see that with too.
Yeah.
I went over it too often with the brush.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone and then I see my
Yeah. It's something to learn. It's just trial and error. You're gonna find a way. You're like, oh no, I got it too wet on this project. Next project you won't.
yeah. Yeah.
So yes, it's good. It's important to show up. That's all you gotta do. You show up, you learn, and have a good time.
I hope in the next. Well,
Uh-huh.
did we sign up for in class in this one?
Yeah, so we signed up for the field trip you did. I
Mhm.
got your paper. So
Okay.
that's gonna be happening
The second of December, huh?
the 10th.
Yeah.
Oh no.
We kind of think they're gonna shuffle our papers in with other people's papers.
Yeah, no.
They'll distribute our papers,
Uh-huh.
and if we decide we want a class, we'll get it.
Oh. For next semester,
Uh-huh.
I'll come in. I'll have everybody sign up together. So
Oh, so they'll know.
yeah. So I'll have those papers. I don't know if that's gonna be
December 2nd, start registration.
okay. So yeah, I'll probably do it like that first week. And even if the class fills up, which I kind of doubt, I'll just show just show up and we'll see if we can get you in. There's a lot of people who don't show up the first day or the second day, especially.
Yeah.
So
So, okay.
Yeah.
I'll just resume my habit
yeah,
since I signed up.
yeah. I'm excited to have you. I love having you around. So
Okay.
all right,
Sounds
like
like it.
okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm feeling pretty done. I think Maybe some extra bit of water here and there. Yep. When we get back, we're gonna be in Christmas mode.
Yeah, we have all that.
Yeah, gonna have to go shopping, spend money we don't have. Yeah. I think I'm gonna be building gifts this year. Building gifts.
Yeah.
I think it'd be cool. Maybe out of wood or something.
Yeah.
Make a car for my nephew and
An experience for everyone.
a doll for my niece. That'd be cool.
Oh.
That'd be cool.
Ooh.
They use the compound to make all kinds of different animals and dolls. So pretty.
A pom pom?
Compound.
Oh, like the little balls.
Yeah, you just use the yarn to make the little compound.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so and then you sew them together, or you can use, I think, the tissue paper. The cardboard.
Okay.
The tissue paper, and then you just make the compound around them, so you can make dolls, you can make bears, or whatever. Oh, so cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Is
it
this?
shows on YouTube.
Oh. What if I
So you
made
can
like?
make that for your
What if I made like a children's book for my niece and nephew? That'd be so cool. I don't even know what the story I'd tell. All right. I need to stop recording. Thanks for coming, everybody. If you are still here.
You're still recording?
Annie's here. She says she needs the form. Okay. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna email the forms right now. So bye everybody.
That first is the